And if your hips are tight and you want to sit up on a block, right, feel free to just tuck a block underneath your sits bones. And let your knees drop out wide. If it's more comfortable for you to have one leg extended out to the side, feel free to go with that as well. We're going to take our shoulders back and find our nice tall lifted sideways. Relax your shoulders down. Turn your palms open and take a nice deep breath. And let it go. And fill it up. And let it go. And on your next breath, reach your fingertips to the sky. Then turn your palms to lift toward the ceiling. Now really get a nice strong press through your palms and lift out of the side to your waist. And take an inhale. On your exhale, use your left hand to draw your right side over. And then turn your head and look underneath your right arm. Start getting some stretch down that side body. Then inhale, lift up tall. Use your right arm to draw your left side over, peek underneath to your left. Open the rib cage on that side. Then bring it back to your tall center and let those palms come forward. Now roll your shoulders back, then push your palms forward, drop your chin to your chest, and round through that upper back space. Drop your chin and your forehead. Then gently just nod your head from side to side. Just starting to get some space in that upper neck and into your trucks. Take a deep inhale. Then exhale, reach your fingertips back to the sky and release your arms behind your back. Let your shoulders pull away and you just let your arms settle there and drop your ear to your right shoulder. Then tip your chin in and down toward your right collarbone, giving your forehead a little weight. Take a breath. Then release your chin to the center, roll your neck so that your left ear comes to your left shoulder. Then tip your chin in and down to the left, heaviness in your forehead. Then gently roll your chin back to center. Look forward, release your arms, fill it up. Turn your palms in and lift the sides of your waist. Then exhale, draw up your left hand in, reach your right arm over. So now that side body stretch should get all the way down to that outer hip. Turn your right palm open and then really lengthen through your elbow. Make sure you're dropping your left shoulder out of the way. So loosen your elbow. Yeah. Then sweep your right arm across, drop your right hand to the right. Drop the shoulder, loosen the elbow, reach that left arm over. Open the palm, look under. Stretch through your elbow, deep breath. And then sweep your left arm forward, come all the way up. Let it go. Roll your shoulders back. Bring your hands forward. Walk your fingertips out and start reaching your forehead toward the floor. And again, you can be on a block, you can be seated all the way down to the floor, whatever feels nice. Just take a long breath as you lengthen from your tailbone to the top of your head. And then really stretch to reach out of your fingertips. Then gently walk your hands in, keeping your chin touch your chest. Round your spine up. Do that full sweep of your arms. This time as we come forward, we're going to plant our hands, push off your knees, and then bring your knees directly under your hips for table. Hands are directly underneath your shoulders. Press away from the ground with your hands and round your spine up. Tuck your tailbone and soften your chin. Then push away from your left hand and reach the right side of your rib cage to the right. Look over your left shoulder. Then press away and round your spine back up. This is cat spine. Then you push off your right hand. You send your left rib cage to the left. You look over your right shoulder. Now push that left hip away so you feel that stretch down that outer hip. And then come back to your center. This time we'll find our table. So we have our long spine, top of your head reaching forward, tuck your toes, push away from your hands and send the weight of your hips into your heels. And you should feel that stretch down the arches of the knees. Now, if you have a little more space for your arches, you can walk your hands in, maybe bringing your hips all the way back to your heels. But if that bothers your arches, then keep some weight forward. So just pay attention to what your feet feel. I didn't think anyone was in the building. Come forward, bring your hands down, tap out the tops of your feet. It feels nice. Now, looking down at your hands, we have widespread fingertips, and your middle digit is pushing straight ahead. You'll take your right toe to the back. Push that right heel back and lengthen through your calf. Now, see if you can just float your left knee up. So we're toning our core space, taking the weight up, and see if you can swing your left hip from side to side. So we give that hip a little space. Beautiful. Bring that left knee down right underneath your hip. Take that right heel and lift it to the back wall. Flex your ankle like you're leaving a footprint, but make sure you're not rotating your right hip up. Make sure it's staying square. Then take your left arm and reach forward. Now see if you can maybe lift the toes of your left foot. Use your core. Find that nice toned space. We hold, inhale, and exhale. Bring your right toe to the floor. Take your left hand to the left side. Push away from your right hand. Reach your left arm to the sky. So right leg is long. Now turn your left palm back and take the back of your left hand toward the outside of your right hip, and then try to nudge your left shoulder toward the sky. You should feel a nice stretch through that front chest and shoulder space. You're looking up at the ceiling over that left shoulder. Then release your left hand to the sky and bring it all the way down to the floor. Step your left foot back. Bring your right knee down to table. Now actively push that left heel back so you feel the stretch through your calf. Palms are pushing forward, heel is reaching back. Then see if you can't lift that right knee and maybe give it a little swing. Then lower that right knee back down. Take that left foot, lift it up hip height, flex the ankle, push the heel away like you're leaving a footprint. Then reach your right arm forward. Move into your core space. Maybe the toes of your right foot can lift off the floor. Can you find that core stability? Hold, inhale, and exhale. Then we'll bring that left toe down. Take your right arm out to the side. Push off your left hand. Your right arm's going to reach to the ceiling. Then you turn your right palm back. You take the back of that right hand toward the outside of your left hip. Then you try to nudge that right shoulder toward the sky. Looking up over your right shoulder. Breathe. Exhale. Release your right hand. Bring it down to the floor. Step your right toe back. Find your plank. Press away from the ground. Lift your hips into down dog. Pedal your heels up and down as you look back at your toes. And maybe nod your head and peek under each arm. Then exhale, come forward to your plank. Tone that core space. Feel your palms pulling toward your toes. Then exhale, press up and through down dog. This time we look forward at our hands and we move to the front of our mats. As we meet at the front of the mats, we spread our toes wide, feet hip distance apart. So you should be able to take 2 fists, and then the width of your 2 fists should be the same spacing of your 2 big toes. Then give your knees a nice bend and let your arms fold over the top of your head. And just feel the top of your head get heavy here. You should feel some nice opening between the vertebrae of the spine. We take an inhale. On our exhales, we'll bring our hands to our shins and lengthen into flat back. Tailbone reaching straight back, top of your head reaching forward. Beautiful. Then bend into your knees. Bring your hands to your thighs, tuck your chin. As you press away from your thighs, round your spine all the way up. Pull your shoulders away, reach your fingertips down. Now feel like the soles of your feet are pulling toward each other. And then feel your outer heels pushing away. That will activate the inner and outer thighs. But then our hands reach down toward the floor and the top of the head reaches toward the ceiling. Then inhale, we fill it up. We reach our fingertips to the sky. As you bring fingertips together, fold 3 fingers. Index fingers are reaching up tall through the sides of your waist. Then move your arms forward as you release your shoulders. Look up at your thumbs. Tone into your belly and lift your heels. Feel your inner ankles pull towards center. Try to catch your balance. Nice. Hold and hand. Move your hands to your heart. Release your heels. Reach your fingertips back into mountain. Then fill it all the way up. Exhale, release your hands to the floor. Let your head hang heavy. Then lift your hips up. Reach your hands behind your ankles or calves and try to pull your chest toward your thighs, letting your head hang heavy. So we're lengthening through the back of the legs. Then we bend into our knees. Keep your right foot forward. Step your left foot back. Now maybe you choose to bring your blocks in directly under your shoulders here. Very nice support for this one. We wiggle that left foot back. Shoulders are away. So that left heel is pushing toward the back wall. Then we'll tap the left knee down and lift the chest forward. So you're just starting to feel a little length through the front of the hip. Then we'll push that left heel back again. And then you're going to push off your right leg and start lengthening your right leg. So feel that right hip pulling back. And if the reach to the blocks is too much, just turn your blocks up. Right? Create some space. Now bend that right knee, bring your left knee back down. Press away the hips if you can lift your heart a little higher. Feel the front of your left hip reaching forward. Then tuck that left toe again. Press away from your hands. Lengthen that right leg. And if you don't have blocks at home, then just bring your hands onto your thigh. Okay? We're lengthening that right hip up and back. If you do have blocks, maybe you lower your chest further down. Get a little more depth into it. Try to keep your right knee as straight as you can. Beautiful. Bring that left knee all the way down to the floor and drop the toes under. Now, as you shift your shoulders back, I want you to check to make sure you have a nice square underneath your legs. Then bring your hands up, roll your shoulders back, stack your shoulders over your hips, and reach your fingertips to the sky. Lift the sides of your waist. Without losing the sides of your waist, release your arms out wide. Relax your shoulders. Look to your right. Now keep those hips nice and balanced. Rotate right arm back, left arm forward. Look over your right shoulder at your right thumb. See if your left fingertips can reach a little further forward. Nice. Now take that right hand and rest it to that left hip like we did before. Take your left arm and reach it to the ceiling. We're still looking over our right shoulder. Can you lengthen that left side and keep your balance? Then pull that left arm forward, release the right arm, rotate back to center. Nice. Bring your fingertips down to the floor. On your blocks or not, tuck your left toes, lift your left knee, press away, and then spring that left foot forward. We go back to that standing fold. Hands come behind our legs. We lift the tailbone. Then we pull the spine in toward the thighs, keeping the tailbone as high as we can, reaching your hands to wherever that grip is for you behind your legs. It might be up around your calves, it might be ankles, it might be heels. We breathe in. Then we soften our knees, bring your fingertips to the floor or on blocks. Step your right foot back. Wiggle the ball of that right foot away. Make sure your left knee is straight up. Then tap that right knee to the floor. And just lift your heart a little bit. Yeah, so maybe you have your blocks if you like. Shoulders back. Really feel that right hip reaching forward. Your hip should be in front of the knee there. Then we keep those right toes tucked. We lift the knee up. We push off the left leg, lengthening it. Pulling that left hip back. Try to straighten the knee, maybe lower your ribs a little bit, or bring the hands to the thighs if you're home and you don't have blocks. Then lift that right heel, bend that left knee, right knee comes back down. This time we reach those shoulders further back. Try to bring your gaze up a little bit. Really feel the front of that right hip reaching forward. Nice. One more time. We tap that right toe. We lengthen that left leg up. Feel that left hip lifting, pulling back. Then maybe lower your chest down a little closer to your left thigh. Hands wherever they're supported for you. Deep breath in here. This time, as you bend that left knee, that right knee is going to come all the way down to the floor, and you'll drop your right toes under. Bring your hands to your left thigh. Now look to see if you have a square underneath your legs. And we want to make this left foot nice and strong. Spread your toes, push the foot down, feel like the heel is pulling back. We reach up tall. We release the shoulders. We keep the sides of the waist. The arms move out. We look to our left. Now stabilize through those legs and rotate left arm back, right arm forward. Try to nudge a little more rotation. Now turn and look at your right thumb. Left thumb. I'm looking over my right. You're looking over your left. Now take that left hand, turn it back, bring it to the back of your right hip. Right, that shoulder opener that we did before. Then take that right arm and see if you can reach it up to the sky and a little bit over your head toward the back wall. Deep breath, inhale. Get a little balance in there too. Then we pull the right arm forward. We release the left arm. We turn back to our center. Nice. Bring your fingertips to the floor. Tuck your right toes or on your blocks if you want to use blocks. Lift that right knee, shift your hips back, spring your right foot forward. All right, so now our two legs and hips should be fairly balanced. Fold your arms over the top of your head with softness in your knees. Take an inhale. Exhale, bring your hands to your shins and lengthen your spine. Flat back. Then bend into your knees, hands to thighs, tuck your chin, round your spine all the way up. Find your strong mountain. Reach your fingertips toward the floor. Engage those legs. Inhale, reach up top. As you fold 3 fingers, opposite pinky finger to the front. Really lift the sides of the waist. Get tall. Then release your shoulders without releasing the sides of the waist and move your arms forward. Look up at your thumbs. Tone into that belly space. Lift your heels when you're ready. Try to feel those inner ankles pulling in. Hold, inhale. Exhale. Inhale, move your hands to your heart. Try to keep your heels lifted. Relax your shoulders. Find a focal point out in front of you. Don't gaze away from your focal point as you bend your knees. This is balanced chair. See if you can sit back into your hips. Keep the sides of the waist on. Feel like your inner knees, inner ankles are pulling in. Then send the weight back into your heels and wiggle your toes. Nice. Push away from the ground, reach all the way. Nice. This time, hands to heart. Bring your weight to your right foot, step your left foot back. Turn the toes of your left foot open. Now take your feet, feel like they're pressing away from each other. Then reach your fingertips to the sky. Relax your shoulders, release your arms forward and back. Look at your right fingertips, hinge straight forward. Reach out as far as you can with your right hand. Now lift that right hip up and back. Straighten your right knee. Now lower your right hand towards your right shin or put a block next to your pinky toe and place your hand there. See if your left hand can stack straight up toward the sky. Deep breath, inhale. Exhale. Bend your right knee. Lift your left heel and turn forward. Bring your hands to your blocks or to the floor and push that left heel back. Now lift the sides of your waist. Reach your arms alongside your body. This is runner's lunge. Your palms are facing down. You're reaching your fingertips strong and making your legs nice and strong. We hold on our inhale. Then we take our fingertips, we lift the torso up, arms reach to the sky. Now take that left knee, lift it up, and bend it down a little bit. Beautiful. Can you reach your arms back and create a little back bend? This is crescent lunge. Hold, inhale. Bring your fingertips to the floor or on blocks. Bring your left knee down. Drop the toes of that left foot under. Shift your hips back. Bring your hands to that right knee. Right, we've been here. Shoulders back, reach your fingertips, long sideways. Arms move to the side. Look to your right, rotate right arm back, left arm forward. Big wide hands. Now take that right hand, rest it to the back of your left hip. Take your left arm, reach to the sky. Now try to stretch it further back. Open through the rib cage on the left. Hold, inhale. Pull that left arm forward, release the right arm. Bring that right arm forward with the left. Bring both hands down in front of your left knee. Shift your hips back and kick your right leg around. Beautiful. Find your table. Shift your hips from side to side. This is wagging the tail. Here, we'll tuck our toes at the back of our mat. Press away from your hands and send your hips back. Then try to slide your hands forward and reach your forehead toward the floor. Crawl your fingertips out. Take a deep breath, inhale. As you exhale, shift your shoulders over your hands. Tone your belly. Now start bending your elbows, gently lowering your hips to the floor. Roll your shoulders back, slide your elbows forward, lift out of the top of your head. Press the tops of your feet into your mat. Lift your kneecaps, heart lifts. Now maybe you push off your hands and lift your elbows, if it feels okay for your back. You're really paying attention to that lower back space. Breathe in. Exhale, we lower down. We move our hands to the sides of the waist and pull your elbows close to your ribcage. Now take your belly button, pull it away from the floor. That's going to support your lower back space. You're going to press back to your knees. You're going to tuck your toes, sit back into your heels. Now this time, instead of going forward, you're looking at your knees. You have those strong hands out front. Push off your hands, lift your knees up. So now you're looking at your toes. Then lift your tailbone and sink your heels toward the floor, down dog. Nice deep breath, inhale. And exhale. Lift your heels, look forward, move to the front of your mat. Settle your feet hip distance apart, spreading your toes, fold your arms over the top of your head. Inhale there. Bring your hands to your shins, lengthen, flat back. Now flat back can be done with hands down out in front of your toes, if you can keep your legs and your spine straight. Then we bend our knees, walk the hands to the thighs, tuck your chin, press away, round your spine up. Pull your shoulders away, reach your fingertips down. Feel the top of your head trying to reach the sky. Inhale, fill it up, 3 fingers fold. Index finger and thumbs reach to the sky, sides of the waist are tall. Keep the sides of the waist, release the shoulders, move the arms forward. Engage through those inner thighs. Lift your heels when you're ready, gazes towards your thumbs. See if you can feel those inner ankles pulling toward each other. Keep your heels lifted, release your hands to your heart. Right now, find that focal point out in front of you. Start bending your knees. Keep your heart lifted. Balanced chair. Engage through those inner thighs. Try to deepen into your hips. Try to create stillness in your body. Then shift your weight back to your heels. Wiggle your toes. Push away from the ground. Fill it up. Hands to heart. Beautiful. Weight to your left foot. Right foot takes that big step down. Then we take that right toes and hips. We turn them open. This is triangle. We reach our fingertips tall. We keep our knees as straight as we can as we release the arms. Bring your hands out. Now you're hinging into that left hip crease. Reach out as far as you can. Now take that left hip bone. Lift it up and back. That starts that stretch to that hamstring. Then we gently lower that left hand down into shin or block. And reach your right arm to the sky. Trying to stack those shoulders. Continue to lift out of that left hip. Deep breath in here. Now bend that left knee. Reach your right arm up. Left arm up. Right arm's already up. Lift your right heel. You turn and face the front. Then we bend into that left knee. Your right heel is pushing back. You reach your arms back. Now you're welcome to start with your hands here. Lift the sides of the waist. Really push through that right heel. Then when you're ready, if you can, palms down, reaching back at the corners. Turn palms down. Now lengthen through the sides of your waist. Take a deep breath. Now lift your right heel. Sweep your arms up. Lift your torso. Bend that right knee in and down. Then try to reach your arms back. Crescent. Right, so the back side of your body should look like a crescent moon. We breathe, inhale. Make sure you're on the toe of that right foot instead of planting your heel if you can. So your knee is rotate your knee forward.
You're talking to me?
No, you're not.
Okay.
Yeah. Then we release the fingertips down. We bring that right knee to the floor. We shift our weight back so we have that square. We bring our hands to our left thigh. Lift the torso. Now, your feet are what's holding you still here. So left foot pushing down, top of right foot pushing down. Reach up. Release your shoulders, arms move out. Look to your left. Keeping that body stable, rotate left arm back, right arm forward. Nice. Now rotate that left palm back. Bring it to the back of your right hip. Take your left arm, right arm, reach to the sky. Try to create that back bend again. Nice. Hold. Inhale. Release your left arm. Right arm comes forward. Left arm pulls forward. Bring your hands down in front of your right knee. Shift some weight back so you can kick that left leg around. And shift your hips from side to side. Nice work. Here's where we tuck our toes. We press away from the hands, send the hips back toward the heels. Then slide your hands forward. Letting your forehead reach toward the floor. Try to get as much length there as you can. Inhale. Then exhale, shift forward. Shoulders over hands. Tone your belly. Elbows are going to hug the rib cage. As we lower it down, we drop the toes, we pull the shoulders back, slide your hands up front. You can be on elbows, you can go cobra, or if you're ready for an up dog, hand stay back for that full extension. Tops of the feet are pressing down into the floor. Feel your kneecaps get a little lighter. Breathe. Exhale, lower. Hands move to the side. Tone your belly space. Get strong, press away from the ground. Toes are still tucked, send your hips back. So we're looking back at our knees. Palms are strong, we lift our knees up. So now we look at our toes. Then you lift your tailbone as high as you can. And then you deepen your heels toward the floor. Your head and chest should be closer to your legs than your arms are. So you're turning those triceps back, letting your chest reach through. Nice deep breath. Come forward, look at your hands, come forward toward the front of your mat and meet in your forward fold. All right, make sure you have your blocks out front. Soften your chest towards your thighs. Take a breath in. Bring your hands to your shins, lengthen into a flat back. Then bend into your knees, hands to thighs, tuck your chin, round your spine out. Pull your shoulders away, reach your fingertips up and down. Inhale, reach up tall. Fold your 3 fingers the funny way. So opposite pinky finger to the front, so it feels weird. You'll know it when it happens, right? Lift the sides of your knees. We are creatures of habit. Tone into your belly space, shoulders off, ears, arms move forward. Right, so engage those inner thighs here. Look up at your thighs. Lift your heels. Squeeze those inner ankles. Breathe. Inhale. Exhale, move your hands to your heart. Heels stay lifted if you can. Start bending your knees. Find your focal point. It's now out front. Drop into your hips. Keep the sides of your waist tall. And press the weight back to your heels. Wiggle your toes. Nice. Press away from the ground. Fill it out. Bring your hands to your heart. Weight to your right foot. Step your left foot back. Rotate that left hip open. Feel your feet get strong, pushing away from each other. Reach up tall. Exhale, arms release. Then they come forward and back. Then we hinge to the right. Reach those right fingertips out. Keep your right hip lifted. Then lower that right hand down. Left arm reaches toward the sky. Deep breath, inhale. Exhale. Bend your right knee. Reach your fingertips to the sky. Now lift your left heel. So lift your torso. Lift your left heel. Turn and face the front. Sweep those arms back. Push that left heel away. Get strong. Nice. Hold, inhale. Exhale. We lift our left heel higher. Bend the knee partway down. Sweep the fingertips up. Crescent lunge. Breathe. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, fingertips to the floor. Left knee comes down. Drop the toes of the left foot. Bring your hands to your right thigh. Lift your torso. Stack your shoulders. Make your legs strong. Inhale, reach up. Arms move to the side. Look to the right. Rotate right arm back. Left arm forward. Maybe, optional, tuck your left toes. Push your left heel back, lifting that up. Keeping that rotation. Now that right hand comes to your left hip. Your left open palm reaches to the side. Hold, inhale. Exhale. Left arm pulls forward, right arm releases. Pull both arms forward. Bring your fingertips to the floor. Your left knee comes down if it's lifted. Shift your hips, kick your right leg around. Nice. You're going to feel that a little bit. Don't want you to miss out on all those good feels. Tuck your toes, sit back into your heels, reach your arms forward, take a deep breath. Sideway. On your exhale, shoulders shift over hands. If you want to come out to your toes, you are always welcome to here. Brace into your core, knees or toes, elbows in, hips strong, shoulders pull away. Up dog, cobra, or sphinx, whatever variation works for you. Inhale, we lower down. We tone the belly space. Again, you can choose to come up from knees or toes here. Press away from the ground. Bring your knees down. Sit back to your heels again. Look at your knees. To really push your palms forward. Lift your knees up. Then lift your tailbone. And then drop your heels. Take a deep breath. Let it go. Look forward. Hands and toes, front of your mat. Feet hip distance apart. Chest to thighs, we fold. Hands to shins, we lengthen. Or out in front of your toes. Bend your knees, tone your belly. Hand support to thighs if you like. Round your spine up. Pull your shoulders right. Find that strong mountain. Inhale, reach up top. Fold 3 fingers. Release your shoulders. Move your arms forward. Gaze is up. Tone the sides of the waist. When you're ready, heels left. Squeeze between those inner ankles and knees. Bring your hands to your heart. Shift your focal point out in front and then sit into your balanced chair. Lift the sides of the waist. Breathe in. Exhale, press the weight back to your heels. Wiggle your toes. Beautiful. Release your chest down. Lift your hips just slightly. Then sweep your fingertips, fill it all the way up. Hands to heart. Weight to your left foot. Right foot does the big step back. Then we turn that right hip open. Right, so hopefully your triangle has gotten a little wider as we progress. Release your release your arms and reach to toe. Relax your shoulders, arms forward and back. Hinge from that left hip crease, go straight out back. Lengthen that left knee, then release the left arm down, right arm up. Breathe, inhale. Bend your left knee. Reach that left arm up. Lift your right heel. Turn to the front. You're bending deeper into that left knee. That right heel is pushing back first. For runner's lunge, it's strong. Arms move back. We lengthen the sides of the waist. Palms facing down. Nice strong legs. Breathe, inhale. Then we lift that right heel a little higher, soften the knee, sweep the fingertips up, crescent lunge. Try to create a little bit of a back bend. Breathe, inhale. Exhale, we reach up. We bring our fingertips down to the floor. We lower that right knee, drop the toes under. Then bring the hands up, reach your fingertips, shoulders release, arms out wide. Look to your left. Make those feet strong. Rotate left arm back, right arm forward. So here's that option. Tucking right toes, pushing the heel back, lifting that right knee. That's only an option. You don't have to.
There's better balance on one side than the other.
Then we take that left palm. It comes to the right hip. The right arm then reaches up toward the sky. Hold, inhale, nice work. Right arm pulls forward, left arm releases, arms come forward, fingertips to the floor, right knee down if it's lifted, shift back, kick your left leg around. You feel lots of left hip and glute. Yeah. You're doing it right now. Tuck your toes, sit back into your heels, reach your arms forward, take a breath. So choosing your positions on this upper body work here, shift forward, shoulders over hands, knees or toes, elbows in, hips drop, shoulders back, up dog, cobra, sphinx. We breathe, we lower, hands move to the sides of the waist, we tone the belly away from the floor, choose knees or toes, press away from the ground, and lift up, down. Here we're going to bring our knees out wide and find child's pose. So your knees should be as wide as your mat. Your big toes should maybe be touching or close. And then you let your forehead either reach by itself on the floor or fold your forearms underneath your forehead. Let your forehead rest there. So find that resting spot for your forehead and neck. Then maybe shift your rib cage, your hips a little bit. And then inhale through your nose. And exhale off the back of your throat. Inhale, fill it up. Exhale, empty it out. One more long inhale through your nose. And gentle. Beautiful. Walk your hands out front. Shift your shoulders forward over your hands. Do that. Sit back into your heels after you've drawn your knees closer together. Then we do that. Lift of the knees. Look at the toes. Really reach your rib cage through toward your thumbs. Then lift your tailbone and deepen your heels down. Lengthening the back of the legs. Then we look forward and we move to the front of our mat. So here's where you want to make sure, if you want to use blocks, that you have them out in front. We give knees softness. We take our forearms, fold them in half, inhale. Bring your hands to your shins and lengthen into that flat back. Then bend your knees, tone your belly, round your spine up. Pull your shoulders away, find your mountain. Inhale, reach up tall. 3 fingers fold the funny way. Release your shoulders, bring your arms forward, gaze toward the sky. Tone into those legs. Lift your heels when you're ready. Feel those inner ankles come together. And move your hands to your heart. Here we find that balanced chair. Bend the knees, sit back into your hips, release your shoulders. Then press your heels to the floor and wiggle your toes. Press away from the ground, fill it up. Hands up. Shoulders back, going into some balance work here. Bring your weight to your right foot. Take your left toe and tap it behind you. Release your shoulders. We're zipping up the sides of the right. And physically should make a noise just like I am not entertaining Miles at all. Shoulders full away. So we still have our blocks up front. So I want you to bring your hands, press them together, and start hinging forward. That left toe is gently going to lift. Now take your right hand and move it onto your right thigh. And take your left hand either to a block or just let it drop down. If you don't need the block. Take a breath. That's right, 15 minutes early. Now take your right arm, reach forward. Nice, so right knee has a little bend here. You're going to bring your left knee in and your right elbow in. Now, if you don't need your left hand on block, you can take it away. Then reach out, lengthen, fingertips and heel. Can you do it again? Bring your elbow toward your knee. Top. Then reach out and lengthen. One more time. Elbow comes toward knee. Then reach out, lengthen. Now, take your right hand, start reaching it to the sky. Move your left hand to your right thigh. Lift, 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 lift. Can you keep that left toe lifted? I know it doesn't want to. Now take that left hand, reach it behind. Bend that left knee. Maybe you get an ankle grab. Then as you push your ankle away, see if you can move your gaze upward. This is dancer pose. Breathe in. Exhale. One more inhale. Release. Bring that left foot down. There we go. Shake it out. Wiggle your toes. Release your ankles. All right. We're going to try the other side.
Can you stay in balance?
So we have our nice strong feet. Take that deep breath. Bring your hands to your heart. Right? So press up your palms. It's going to remind your core to do that wrapping in. Give your left knee a little softness as your right toe comes to the left. Beautiful. Then we bend the left knee a little deeper. We start lifting the right toe. Then we move the left hand onto the left thigh. Right hand might find a block. Or maybe it's just hand. Try to stabilize through your hips. Then take your left arm and reach out front. Raise your core and see if you can bring that left elbow toward that right knee. And reach out and lengthen. Ready? Elbow to knee. Make it slow and smooth. Tuck into your core. Reach out and lengthen. One more time, just like that. Elbow comes toward knee. Reach out and lengthen. Beautiful. Here's where we start lifting up. We'll bring our hands to that left thigh. Start lifting your torso up. Take your right arm to the ceiling. Then bring it back alongside your body, palm facing out. Left arm comes up, still a little bend in the knee. Maybe you get an ankle grab. Right? Maybe it's just a reach. If you get the grab, the ankle presses away, the heart lifts. We try to move our gaze upward. Breathe. Think of that little twirling ballerina on the top of the jewelry box. I was thinking that. Hold in. Release right foot, right arm comes up. We go. We shake it.
You feel that through the glutes.
Yeah, you should feel it on the. We warmed them up sufficiently though, as I told you earlier. Here we'll go into our ragdoll. So we have softness in our knees. Let our head and chest start swaying. Make sure you lift your heels as you bend the knees so you're not swaying against a locked ankle. Long inhale. Long exhale. Bring your fingertips to the floor, step your toes back. Bring your knees out wide in child's pose. Send your hips back. Let your forehead and chest reach toward the floor. Again, give your forehead and neck a full rest. So if they don't touch the floor and relax there, then just fold your hands under to support them. If your forehead is resting to the floor, maybe then you choose to bring your arms to the sides. Just feel that tailbone reach back toward your heels, releasing through that lower back space. Long inhale through the nose. Long exhale, we sigh. Inhale, we fill it. Exhale, we empty. Then we'll move our hands out alongside our shoulders or under our shoulders. Tuck the belly space, round the spine up. Bring your hips to one side and swing your legs around. With your legs out front, behind your sits bones. Relax your shoulders away. Draw your toes toward your shins. Try to feel the back of your knees reaching down toward the floor and your heels trying to lift away from the floor. Then inhale, reach up top. Drop your shoulders off your ears. Bring your arms straight ahead. Without losing the size of your waist, just hinge forward and feel the lengthening through the back of your legs. Take a deep breath. Exhale, maybe deepen that hinge. Inhale, lift the sides of the legs. Exhale, deepen the hinge. Try to pull those toes in if you can. Then lower your heels, relax your ankles. Let your elbows drop. Let your forehead reach toward your knees. And gently nod your head from side to side. Then gently just walk your hands in. Lift your torso. Take your right foot and cross it over your left. Take both arms, fold them around your right leg. Then fold that right knee into your chest, lifting your foot up the floor. Then lift tall through the sides of your waist and feel like your lower back space is lifting up and reaching forward. Feel it in that glute, right? That hip. Take a deep breath. One more inhale. Maybe push that right knee a little over to your left. And get more down that outer part of the hip. Now lower that right foot on that left side. Reach up top. Bring your left elbow around your right knee. Bring your right hand behind your back. Push with that left elbow, look over your right shoulder. Nice seated twist. Now, if you want more depth to this, shift your weight back, bring your left foot to tuck under your right hip, and then come back into your rotation. If that works for your hips. If your hips say no way, Jose, then listen. Tall through the sideways, deep breath. Then reach up top and just do a gentle turn to your left. Just to feel your spine kind of go, oh, nice. Releasing it from that rigorous stretch. Then come back to your center. Take your right leg out. Left knee is in. We bring it over to the right. Then we wrap our forearms around. We lift the leg up, we pull it close to the chest, we lift through the sides of the waist. Now lift your lower back and feel it reaching forward. So it feels like your lower back is trying to reach forward toward that thigh. And breathe. One breath. Now see if you can use your elbows to push that knee a little further to the right. You should feel deeper stretch come through the outer part of it. Still tall through your waist. Then we'll let that left foot lower on that right side. We'll reach our fingertips to the sky. We'll bring our left hand behind it. It acts like a kickstand back there. The right elbow comes around. We push with the right elbow. Look over the left shoulder. Now again, if you need a little more depth to it, take your torso back, fold your right foot under your left hip, and then return to your twist. Nice and tall through the sides of the waist. You breathe. And then we release. We take that gentle turn to the right. And then we come back to our center. Untangle your legs. Make sure you've got plenty of mat behind you. You might want to have your blocks handy on each side. Bring your knees with you as you roll to your back. With your shoulder blades flat to the floor, grab onto your knees and either circle or rock your hips side to side. Just releasing through that lower back space. If you're doing those circles, make sure you reverse it and go the other way. Then we're going to bring our feet down to the floor. Now, as you reach your arms to the sides of your body, your longest finger should just about be able to graze the back of your heel, right? If you have shorter arms or longer legs, then you might have a little more space there than I have. Then you are going to make our feet strong. You're going to bend your elbows so that what we call robot arms. So fingertips pointed to the sky, elbows bent 90 degrees. You're going to push your elbows down into your mat and try to lift that space behind your heart. Then you're going to push off your feet and lift your hips up, right? So we're trying to create a back bend here, but then we'll reach our shins and knees forward. So you feel lengthening through the front of your hips and your thighs. Then place your hands down on the floor or underneath your tailbone. Try to nudge your elbows and shoulders further under to see if you can lift your chest a little higher. And then just breathe into that space. Inhale and exhale. Then release your arms from behind your back. You want to lower your tailbone first. So let your tailbone come to the floor and then spread your shoulder blades wide and release that space behind your heart. And then just windshield wiper your knees from side to side. Keeping your shoulder blades flat, the back of your head long. Bring your knees back into your chest. And then choose your toes above heart pose. So you have your options of dead bug with your knees 90 degrees, arms out, just like a beetle on its back. Or maybe you take those knees out wider and you reach your hands maybe to ankles or toes, whatever works for you. And you shift your hips side to side for a happy baby. I think of a baby in his crib. Or perhaps you just take your toes toward the ceiling. And keep your knees soft so you can feel the weight of your legs sinking into your hips. And this can also be done with a block underneath your hips for a supported shoulder stand. All of these poses, the space between the shoulders is relaxed, the neck is long, the back of the head is relaxed. And we're just allowing our body to recirculate our blood. Right, so you feel that little tingly sensation of the blood rushing from your toes and fingertips, going to get sent back to the heart, reoxygenated through the lungs, and bring it back to our muscles from there. Take a long inhale through your nose. Gently release it away. And slowly lower your toes to the floor. And then slide your legs out. Reach your arms out long and do a full body stretch. Now, if you have a block under your hips and it feels okay to keep it there, you're welcome to do that. Or you can slide the block out. We stretch, lengthen the front of the hips, reach to the fingertips all the way to the toes. Then we release, step the knees in. If you have a block under your hips, you'll slide the block out. Bring your hips to the floor and bring the bottoms of your feet together for butterfly. Spread your shoulder blades wide, let them relax. Feel your outer knees reaching down toward the floor. Either arms with open palms to the side or open palms over the top of your head with your elbows wide. Nice deep breath. And let it go. Then bring your inner knees together and walk your pinky toes to the outer edges of your mat. This is knee knot pose. We just feel those inner knees drop together. There shouldn't feel like there's any pushing or pulling of the legs, just letting them sink in. So that's knee knot pose. And again, you can change your arms and shoulders to accommodate whatever feels good. Sometimes just placing your hands on your belly is nice. And then we'll take our legs and we'll extend them out into the corners of your mat. So this is full corpse pose. Now, if you feel this at all in your lower back, then either step your feet in with your knees bent or go back to knee knot or butterfly leg, whatever feels comfortable. If corpse is at all uncomfortable for you, choose one of the other poses to go back to. Try to widen your shoulder blades. Take a long, slow inhale through your nose. Try to fill your lungs completely. Then see if you can exhale only through your nose as well. Again, a long, slow inhale through the nose. And a long, soft exhale through the nose. Each breath fills the lungs completely and then empties the lungs completely out. With your next breath, gently start bringing movement back to your fingertips and toes, and then into your ankles and your wrists. And we'll step our feet in and gently windshield wiper your knees from side to side. Feel a nice release through your lower back and through those hips. Then we'll gently draw the knees into the chest. As you hug the knees in, try to peel your tailbone a little away from the floor, releasing your lower back. You're welcome to stay there, folded, knees folded into chest, or drop your knees over to one side for fetal pose. Just whatever feels nice for you at this moment. Then with your next breath, you'll gently press into a comfortable seat or roll up from your back. Find any seat that feels comfortable. Give your shoulders a roll back and tuck them into your back pockets. Then open your palms and touch fingertips and palms. That's just a center. We take a long inhale. And we exhale. Our next inhale reaches our fingertips to the sky. Exhale moves our hands to our heart center. So we take a bow forward to acknowledge our good work as we say namaste. Good work, everyone. So nice.
Yeah. Yes, thank you.